Good morning, boys and girls. It's a beautiful Saturday morning out here on the porch. You're going to have to excuse me if my voice wavers or if I'm a little slow this morning. These back issues I've got from an injury are flared up pretty good this morning. And anyway, normally feeling like this, I wouldn't make a video. I'd just write it to you. And maybe some of you already seen that I did write a little post already about a response to one of my from the porch followers. He's an anti-Trumper, and you know, I don't unfollow people or get angry with people for their views. I've got some dear, very close friends, or at least I think they're close friends, that are severely anti-Trump or anti-conservative. Yet I still love them just the same. I may vehemently disagree with them and try to share my points, but you know, it doesn't cause me to think any less of them as a people, but or as a person. But anyway, so on to this thing this morning. This guy was. This is something I think really needs to be addressed, and that's why I'm doing the video, even though I don't feel very good. But anyway, so this guy was posted about how he's very angry that they, or something along those lines, about how he is upset about them releasing the tapes of Biden's cognitive stuff. Now we're going to get real straight here, because it just needs to be said. And I know there's a million guys out there saying it, but I'm going to say it my way. So, there's not one true person out there, somebody who is being truthful, that can say that when President Biden was in the White House, that he was in charge, that he knew what he was doing, that he was in control of his faculties. Nobody can be honest and say that. No one. So, where that leads us to believe is those who said that he was and defended him don't care about what's right, what's wrong. They do not care about what happens with the entire world. They care about their ideology and what benefits them. Maybe it makes them sleep better at night because of their views. I don't know. But the truth is, the President of the United States is the most powerful man in the world. Now, over the years, last many years, our standing has declined a little bit. But make no mistake about it, the United States of America is, and has always been, the most powerful nation in the world. And every nation watches us and looks to us. And we are required, we have to have a strong leader, not one who bows down, not one who folds to pressure, one who stands up for what's right, stands up for the American way. That is what our forefathers fought and died for. Now, to think for 1 minute that Joe Biden was running this country, you're not only delusional if you believe that, there's something dead wrong with you. And I believe that most of you out there that do think that way know that. I don't believe you know something's wrong with you, but I believe you know that he wasn't in charge. Now, that said, this guy further went on, and his followers went on to state that Donald Trump, our president, was not in control of his faculties, is not in control. And that for years he was doing drugs to keep him pumped up and moving. Now he's off the drugs or something, so to speak, and he's falling asleep and he's walking around in circles and losing his place. Again, I don't know where they're seeing or what they're watching. But this man is not bowing to anyone. He's standing tall everywhere he goes, and he is making things happen. The entire world, when they meet him, and they knew when he came into office that their business as usual was over. They will get on the program or they will get gone. Period. Now, that's not unlike a boss, a leader, a owner or whatever of a company. I run a small company, and at times I've been a little too lenient or a lot too lenient, and I've given in, and it has cost me. I find when I'm steadfast and I know what I need to do to keep the bottom line and keep everything straight, and I have my mind to it, and I'm not swayed by emotion or allow someone else's emotions to guide me in my business, then my business does well. When I start feeling sympathetic and start allowing someone else to change my views or soften my stance on how my business should be run, then I fail every single time. That is no different than what's gone on in this country. That is no different than what we have seen over and over again for the last so many years. And now that it's changing, these people are screaming, and they will lie, manipulate at every single juncture. Now, getting to the point of having Joe Biden in office and President Trump in office, or let me rephrase that, because I always give respect to the office whether I like it or not. President Biden or President Trump. Now, it should scare the living hell out of you that we had someone in office that wasn't really in office, was not in control. This person did not make those decisions. He was incapable of it. Now, I'm not putting him down because I think it's sad. I think that his wife, and I think that the other people that were truly in charge are the perpetrators. I don't believe President Joe Biden, was a bad man by any means. I believe that he was led, and I believe he went right along with whatever. But I don't believe he's a bad man. I think he was not only bad for the country, I believe he was dangerous for the country and our world. Now fast forward to the current president. He is in charge. Is he perfect? Lord, no. Sometimes his brash mouth, he's actually gotten better with it since this time around, but sometimes his New York ways and his brash mouth, man, just annoy me to no end. I want to shake him. But when it comes down to his stance, his policy, his steadfastness on the American people, our country, our sovereignty, and our standing as the leader of the free world, we've never had better. That's a fact. Now, I'm sure that a lot of you out there on the other side of it are going to totally disagree. But again, I hope you start putting your ideology away and start looking at what's right, how you would run your household, not how you think things should be run in a country that you really have no clue about. because you don't deal with it on a daily basis and you don't see everything behind the scenes that goes on. You don't see all the threats to us. You don't understand the economic impacts. Now, everything this guy's doing right now is coming true. Everything he said he's doing. In his last administration and this one, he's been fought at every single thing he's done, every juncture of everything he's done. And not only did he continue when he didn't have to, he got plenty of money, he don't need this. But not only did he do it, he's doing it again. But this time, he's winning. He's beating all of it. He's beating all of these people like this guy that I just talked about. Now again, I don't think this fella's a bad guy. I think he's just got his views same as I do. But I look at everything from a common sense point of view. I do not look with emotion. Not to say I'm not an emotional guy, I can be. But that's not what I do. I look at things with common sense. I try to look at everything on what I would want from my family, my business, my household. I like to look at what's right and what's wrong. Sometimes those things conflict with my inner feelings, but I have to sit back and think what's right and what's wrong. There is no gray areas. When it comes to right and wrong, it's black and white, period. So anyway, my advice to this fella and to everybody out there, please open your eyes. My eyes are wide open, I promise you that. Use some common sense. Quit lying about it. Quit feeding into those lies. Now, maybe you're just, I don't know, maybe you truly believe this stuff. I don't believe any rational human being could. So anyway, that's just my stuff from the porch this morning. Again, it's a little rough morning for me, but I had to get on here, so hope y'all excuse some of the little faux pas in there. But as always, from the porch, you know, I love y'all. I mean it. Love to hear back from you on it. And if you like it, share it with your friends. We got to keep this stuff going because we have to make America great again. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful and blessed day. Hope to see you soon.